Hello class, Mr. Balker here. I'm going to cover the next lesson in Amplify that we're doing. I hope you guys are enjoying the play. What we're doing today is Unit 7B, Subunit 1, Lesson 13. The name of the lesson is, What Can We Do For You, Mr. Lindner? So let's kind of get a quick catch up on where we're at, okay? So, what has happened? Mama has put down a bunch of money to buy the family a house. She wants to get out of the apartment they've been living in, and she wants to go live somewhere good and safe and nice and all of those things. So that's what they do. So she puts down this money on this house, and they're all fixing to go move into it, right? $3,500. She's away at the moment, and a man comes to the door, and his name is Mr. Lindner. And I'm going to let you go through this on your own because you need to do the reading, you get to practice and everything. So what you're going to want to do is click on card number 2 or slide number 2 and go ahead and go through all of this. This is the meeting with the man. A quick summary of what goes on there is the guy comes in and he presents himself as kind of the welcoming committee from their new neighborhood. But he's not really there to welcome him. Okay? Benitha is a little bit skeptical of this guy, a little bit cynical, and she thinks that this guy doesn't have the right intentions, and she's right. And it ends badly, shall we say, right? Walter gets very upset at this guy because the long and the short of it, guys, is that in the 1950s, in the late 1950s, there was a big exodus, a leaving of people that could from inner cities, especially white people, to the suburbs, right? Known as white flight. And all of these suburbs were popping up everywhere, and people were moving into them and getting these little neighborhoods that they loved, much like what Tulsa looks like right now. And what they didn't want was black people moving into their neighborhood. By and large, there was still a tremendous amount of segregation, and black people weren't welcomed with open arms into these neighborhoods, okay? They would do almost anything to keep them out. There was certainly violence in some neighborhoods. In this situation, they were trying to be proactive, trying to get ahead of the problem, and they basically offered to buy out the youngers and buy their house from them at a profit before they ever even move in. Why would they do that? They didn't want violence, and they wanted to keep their neighborhood without black people in it. And this is not me saying that's okay, this is what happened. This is a normal thing of that era, okay? That is the unfortunate circumstances that these folks lived in. So what you're gonna wanna do is go through and read the story. Listen to the way that he talks. Listen to how uncomfortable he is. Listen to how frustrated the youngers get, right? Benitha is very upset and very cynical from the word go. Walter, straight up mad, tells the guy, get out, get out. Now up to this point, when the man first shows up, they were very cordial with him, they were very polite with him, and he kind of dances around it a little bit until finally he's like, all right, I'm just gonna tell you what it is. I'm just gonna tell you what I'm here for. At which point he says, we're prepared to make you an offer on your house, to buy you out of it, and you can make a profit. Just don't move here, move somewhere else. And it breaks Mom's heart, right? Because she has this dream in her head of how everything is gonna be better. They're gonna get out of this area, they're gonna get into this new neighborhood, and they're gonna have a better life. So what you need to do in this assignment, the main thing it is write your character's reaction to what happens, okay? All of these characters react a little bit differently. So when you read it, you're gonna wanna highlight every now and again and kind of say, okay, well, he did this here, and she did this there, right? And so that you know what your character did. So when you go over here to the second card, first thing you do is pick which character you've got, right? You know which character, right? My character was Mama. Mama's response to this man visiting is blah, blah, blah. The second part of the writing assignment, guys, is to use some thought as to how does this man's visit, what he's proposing, how does it present a new challenge, a new obstacle for your character? You should use a little bit of evidence to defend it. Say, oh, the new obstacle that this man presents is whatever it is you think, and then say, in the writing it says here, right? So right here at the box, I want 150 words. Go ahead and fill that out. And that's the bulk of the assignment. Not a real tough one, a fair bit of reading, but the writing assignment should be pretty easy. You just want to talk about how does this character feel about it, how do they react to it, And does this present them with a new problem, or is it just life as normal for them? So that's it. Thank you so much for tuning in. I will see you guys very, very soon.